Well, I think he's gonna win. Yeah.
All right. Whew. So we just got weighed in. Just to double check, what do we weigh in at?
242.
Right on. So, and that's even with light on gas. So it's a beautiful morning. Spring 4. It's backwards race today. So requires a real big gut check going into the chicane. What do you think of that chicane, man?
Scary.
But you send it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty impressive to watch them go through, but yeah, it is scary too. So. All right, a little more later. All right, welcome to vlog 4, and it's actually spring 4, so it's kind of cool. I did not show qualifying today, but Emmett was able to pull out the pole position for the race day, but not by much. Carson Berry of the Berry boys, Carson and Mason, he's really picked up his speed, and he was only a single tenth behind Emmett for qualifying. So he has really stepped it up and making Emmett work, which is great because it's good racing, and I think you'll agree when you see the main in this video that you know, all of the kids are getting real fast, and it's real entertaining. So off we go here. All right, we are running a backwards race today, so we are coming back through turn 1, and the first corner is actually turn 9. So Emmett's got them all lined up. He's getting a little bit bumped from the back, and the race director did not like that. He waved it off. So one thing that we've learned, or I've helped Emmett learn, is what to do now on a wave off rather than race around and use it as warm-up lap. It is a full formation lap. So they're going to go around the whole track formed up. I'm not going to put you through that, but it's a nice, safe formation lap, and everybody survived, which is exactly what we're looking for. So here is try number 2. And you see Braden Westfall is really giving him the business. Emmett overcooks the corner a little bit, gets a little bit of help from Braden, and Braden sneaks by on the outside and then back through the inside in there. So here's a look from his kart. Emmett's actually a little lucky. He didn't get passed by one of the Berry boys there. So now he tucks in to second. Obviously not where he wanted to be, but he's not too worried. He's got 8 laps to make that up. But as we'll see, it doesn't really go to plan. Because as you can see here, Emmett can get up to Braden's bumper, but he just can't seem to make the move. And that seemed to be the case for the whole race. Then what happens here, B gets a little loose, Emmett goes for the inside, Carson throws it around the outside, has the momentum. Luckily he was able to tuck in there in between Mason and Carson, but now he's in P3. He's got to work his way through 2 carts to go to the front. So not exactly what he wanted to have happen, but as I said before, these kids every weekend are getting faster and faster. It's super cool to watch. All the dads on the sides are really cheering their kids on, and it's a really great environment for these kids to grow up and learn racing. So all right, so here we are coming into the last 2 corners of the race, and for some reason Emmett just decides not to defend here. Not quite understanding what was going through his head at that point. Maybe just a lack of concentration, but that put him back to 4th on the second to last corner of the race, and man, you can tell he is not happy. It is a not happy Emmett. Hopefully he can turn it around in the main.
Alright, we're getting ready to go out for the main. He had a few mistakes in the pre-final and went from first to fourth. Kind of stuck in the pack, had to defend while attacking, and it just didn't work out for him. And kind of left the door open on turn 2. But starting on the second row, and we've made some changes. I think they're going to make him effective, and man, he's got to send it. So we'll see. Spring 4 main, here we go.
So one thing that was a little weird, we ended up getting this smudge on the front of this camera, and it seems to make the horizon jitter a little bit. Hopefully it's not too distracting for your viewing pleasure. But as I said in the video before, we did decide to make some pretty drastic changes in the form of gearing, and we didn't have any other choice. We're in fourth, got to go for it. So we decided to go for it, and he had to drive to the changes that we made, and we discussed it pretty thoroughly, what his driving strategy needed to be. So hopefully you can see kind of how it plays out throughout the main event. And this is a fantastic main event, probably one of the better ones so far this year. So hang on. And here we go into the lineup. As I said before, this is a backwards race. We do 2 of them each season. These are back-to-back. It makes the first corner turn 9, which is a right-hander. So they throw the green really late, which is good. Right here you see everybody banging around. The Berry brothers bounce off each other here. Hey, what are you doing that for? Well, they sort it out. And it's Carson and Mason heading down the front straightaway in 1-2. Emmett went around the inside, and that allowed B to get the momentum and swing around. So now we're P3, but oh no, Carson hung a wheel, spins out, and that is the end of his day, which was really disappointing. He was doing so well, and I expect really, really, really great things from that kid the rest of the year. But now you got Mason out front, Braden right behind him, and Emmett in third here. Emmett is getting his tires warming up, and does not look like the front of the pack is getting away from him, so that's good. So he's got a good strategy going forward. He knows he's got 16 laps to make all these moves. So now it's just keep it on the track. So what does he do? He drives off the track. And then David Ibarra comes sweeping in. So now he's back in fourth. All right, well, time to go to work. Okay, once again, he's sending it, and they're not getting away from him. So, you know, we're looking okay here. We're only on lap 3 or 4 here, so he's got a lot of time to plan out these passes. So, and speaking of that, he tries to look to the inside of David a few laps in. He told me that when he went for it and he got on the binders, his brakes immediately locked up and he got super loose. So he backed out, keeping it safe. He doesn't want to punt anybody off the track. Did cost him a few kart lengths coming down the front straightaway, but you can see he immediately catches back up through the chicane. I think his chicane speed all day was probably the fastest of any of the junior ones out there. So we had a couple aces in the hole. Back at it, making sure he does not make any personal mistakes, and maybe he tries to capitalize on some other mistakes. Okay, this is a couple laps later. Emmett's really got the momentum going. He's got another look, and I truly don't know why he didn't take that one. He just said he didn't feel comfortable sending it, but we got to work on taking advantage of those opportunities that present themselves and taking them, because you never know when you're going to get another one. So that one was a little frustrating to watch. Okay, here he comes a little bit later that lap. Now he has the momentum, he's got the motivation, and he's got the pass. So that one worked out a whole lot better for him. Double checking, make sure he doesn't have to go defensive right away. And that was our Z-Max slick move of the race, by the way. A new segment brought to you by Z-Max Race Products. So now Emmett's going to work on Braden Westfall, see if he can get that P2 position. All right, now they're heading down that finish line straightaway. Emmett's got momentum, and B kind of does a little brake check on him. Emmett bumped him, inadvertent, but I think it proved that Emmett had the momentum going into the corner, and he just needed to take advantage of it if the moment was right. All right, coming past through the chicane, B now has a problem. Is he going to attack or defend? And it looks like he wants to go on the attack. Gets a lid on the inside of Mason, but that kills his momentum. Emmett tries to give him a push, ends up kind of giving him a little bit of get out of the way move, and then he has the momentum going down the front straightaway. B has to check up, and David makes a really aggressive, smart move and tucks to the inside before B can go and cover it. So some really exciting passing. The grandstands at this point were going absolutely nuts because the top 4 positions are just passing each other like crazy. Now we're into lap traffic. Mason makes a move around Tristan Young. Tristan does a good job getting back to the outside. Emmett tucks underneath. Mason sends it, but goes way outside. Emmett and Knox make contact. And Emmett just grabs a handful of throttle and just says, I'm going around the outside. The whole field kind of splits around Knox, and Emmett comes out the winner of that little exchange. And at this point, the beast just checks out. He's got a lot of adrenaline going, he told me after that. And he just converted it into miles per hour. So very, very, very exciting turn of events. Again, everybody at the grandstands was going nuts. Everybody was at the fence cheering and supporting their drivers, which is really, really neat. So Emmett puts in a good solid 4 or 5 laps, and he got a pretty good gap out of there. Again, he just went to work after he made the passes, and he comes across. That was a hard-earned victory, you know, pumping the hand there a little subtle, don't want to be rubbing it in or nothing, but he's very stoked about that win. It was the hardest he's had to work for a win in his junior career. So again, this was as I said, one of the better races so far. I really look forward to these kids racing closer than that. Any given weekend, any one of these kids can win, so it's really exciting to go out and watch, and it's not one of those runaway seasons. So they're constantly learning how to be safer drivers, how to be faster drivers, cleaning up their racecraft, and after the race they're all running around and playing in the dirt with each other and having a good time. So with that, I will sign off. Thank you for watching another vlog entry for Emmett Racing. See you in the next one.
Yeah.